The coronavirus has even affected the entertainment industry and arts and culture around the world. In the past few weeks, film releases have been postponed. Concerts have been canceled. And for the second day in a row, the Louvre Museum in Paris has been closed. CBC's Yelena Adzik is here with more on that story. So it's common to see long lines of tourists outside of the museums, you know, that iconic building, so beautiful, the glass pyramid. And yet, empty, nothing
going on. You know, it was really interesting because yesterday you had the lineups that you're talking about, and I'll give you a look at that right now, and people thought they were going to get in. So it really was a surprise yesterday when the Louvre officials ended up announcing, saying, listen, we're going to be closing it down, and they said they wanted to hold meetings with staff, and it was specifically to talk about strategies for how they're going to deal with things should they get worse, however it plays itself out. Apparently staff members had been displeased with the fact that there wasn't a plan in place. So that was yesterday. So everyone thought it would be back on today. I'm going to give you another look. And Spartan, Bear, that's the environment that we're looking at now because they decided that day 2, they were going to close it again, this time for management meetings. So it is a little bit curious. It's obviously a big deal to close down a place like this for that many days. Anywhere between 15 to 30,000 people are coming in to see this, you know, these works of art every single day. And of course, Mona Lisa is one of the most famous ones. And so the meme that we've seen before, it's kind of getting its circulation again. It's the meme with the Mona Lisa and the face mask.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's a bit of an ouch. Yeah.
It's so disappointing. You know, you plan your trip to Paris, you'd be so excited to go in, and then you can't. And at the same time, we're also learning that a famous work of art by Vincent van Gogh is essentially in quarantine itself. What's going on there?
This is a really interesting story, Natasha, because it's actually several works, about 50 in total. The first time ever that famous works such as the Sunflowers were going to leave Europe. And they left. They were en route to go to Japan. And Japan's National Museum for Western Art ended up saying, you know what, because of the situation, we're putting a kibosh on this. It's on hold. And we're putting the art in a special section of the museum, of course, to protect it, not from the virus or anything, but just more so from the fact of having people be exposed. It would obviously be a really huge draw to have this show. And so, yeah, so it's the first time that they left Europe, and it's also the first time in many, many years that no one is seeing them. They are under darkness. So Sunflower's not getting so much sun as it stands. Now, I will tell you that we were thinking here at CBC, okay, so this is what's happening on that side of the pond. What about over here in Canada? And so we did put a call out to various museums. The Art Gallery of Ontario, for example, just recently issued a statement. I'll share it with you, where they talked a little bit about their thoughts and what they're doing. Obviously a different situation because the numbers aren't quite the same and we're in a different locale, but nonetheless, they said health officials for Toronto, Ontario, and Canada have advised that the risk for contracting the virus remains low at this time. We continue to monitor the situation. And they said that they've installed additional hand sanitizer stations throughout the gallery and are encouraging any staff who feel ill to remain at home. They said at this time it is business as usual for the AGO, and similarly for several museums and galleries across the country. They're expressing similar sentiments, saying it is business as usual for now.
Okay, thanks so much, Yelena.
You got it.